Now available in paperback and e-readers, The Temptation of John Haynes. Given to temptation, pick up this action-packed African-American paranormal romance. Get The Temptation of John Haynes in paperback and e-readers today. Okay, I wanted to do a quick follow-up to the video I did about the Colorado Springs mass shooting, and I found out the motive for the Colorado Springs mass shooter. And it turns out the reason why he wanted to murder 6 adults in front of all of those children was because he wasn't invited to the party. Now, if that's not bitch made behavior, I don't know what is. Here we have a grown man who was the boyfriend of one of the family members, and he goes and gets so emotional and upset about not being invited to the party that he storms off like a little bitch, goes back, gets a firearm, and then shoots and murders everyone. Now, if that's not beta male behavior, I don't know what is, because any grown man is not going to get even phased if he's not invited to a child's birthday party, because that has nothing to do with him. Any man of any sort of character out here isn't even going to care. In fact, if the family tells him, okay, you can't come to this party, at the least, he's going to just brush it off. At the most, he may just dump the female and call it a relationship, but he's not going to get so upset and so emotional to the point where he's going to participate in the extreme acts of violence. Now, the reason why he went out here and participated in that extreme act of violence is because, one, he was in his feelings because he could not get his way, and two, he wanted to go out here and hurt as many people as possible, and he also wanted to ruin that child's birthday. And again, it shows you how sick and depraved many of these beta males are, and how dangerous these beta males are. I mean, again, to sit there and go out here and murder 6 people because you can't go and participate in somebody else's family's party, that's a whole level of depravity that just is, again, absolutely so disturbing. It just makes me shake my head at how sick some of these beta males are. But I just wanted everybody to know what the motive for this beta male participating in this violence it was, because many in the media kept this buried for a long time. But now that it's coming out, again, this is another textbook beta male, just like I describe in my book, The Man Crisis. And this behavior that this beta male participated in really, again, shows how sick and depraved these individuals are, how selfish and narcissistic these individuals are, and how little regard they have for anybody's lives, because the whole world they think revolves around them. And it's just disturbing, again, to really hear his motive, which is, oh, they told you couldn't come to a party for a child. Why would I want to go to a party for one of my girlfriend's family members' children? No man would want to do that, because it's just not his family, and it's just not his business. I mean, if it's him and his girl and they're going somewhere, yeah, that's one thing. But if it's her family, then he should have no problem saying, look, all right, you want to go there, you go there, that's your family, and call it a day. But again, when you're dealing with these beta males, they don't understand boundaries, they don't understand social rules, and this again is another reason why these men are extremely dangerous, and why these men are just extremely dangerous to be around, because these men, they don't have critical thinking skills, they don't know how to use logic and reason, and they don't know how to problem solve. And because they just act on their feelings impulsively, they don't really think about the consequences of anything until it's too late. And this guy didn't really think about anything. He took the lives of all of those adults and then took his own life. And it just showed that he was just not ready for man sized things or male man sized responsibility. And he did not have the character to carry himself in the least of situations, because if somebody tells you that you can't come to a party, it is not a reason to murder people. It is a reason to just walk away. And sadly, many of these beta males don't understand this because they feel like they're being rejected personally. But any man with character is going to look at this situation and say, it's just sad to see so many people lose their lives because this male did not receive good home training. This male had no good male life skills. This male had no good male survival skills. And this male took all those people's lives because he's an immature, overgrown child. And because he's an immature, overgrown child, he wound up costing 6 people their lives in another tragic mass shooting here in America. And what's scary is we've got many, many millions of types of guys like this. And it's not, again, not a matter of if they go off, but when. And it's a matter of them going off and participating in this extreme violence and costing some innocent person their lives. And that's what makes it just that much more dangerous for people out here. And that's why you've got to be keeping your head on a swivel about any of these beta males whenever you get involved with them or you're ever around them. And if you want to learn more about beta males like this, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Man Crisis on Smashwords, the iBook store, and Google Play. I just wanted everybody to know what the motive for all of that violence was, and that's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.